What is up guys, it's your boy JorgeCamposGaming and I am back with another episode of Headhunter. Coming up on today's episode, I'll be discussing long range sniping skills which include finding your range, what equipment really helps as a sniper, and also our main topic, what is bullet drop.
Objective Echo and 2 tries.
Welcome back guys to episode 2 of my new hit series, Headhunter. If you're new to the series, basically what I'll be doing over the coming weeks is trying to get into the top 50 Battlefield 4 players on Xbox One for the headshots to kills ratio stat, and I'll also be trying to break into the top 10 users of the CS LR4 sniper rifle. Also along the way, I'll be showing you tips and tutorials on sniping throughout Battlefield 4. Before we continue, be sure to smash that thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button to keep up to date with all my fresh new Battlefield 4 content on a daily basis. If you have any questions you'd like me to answer about sniping or the recon class in general, then leave me a comment down below and I'll answer it in the next episode. So let's take a look at my stats and how they've improved since the opening episode of the series. My total kills in general have risen to 1,234. I've risen from 509th in the world to 424th in the headshots to kills percentage category with a percentage of 37.925%. I've smashed my way into the top 100 CS LR4 users, rising up to 84th in the world with 684 kills. And I've absolutely obliterated my longest headshot kill distance with an impressive new record of 1,273.5 meters, which you guys will see in a clip later on in the video. So let's move on guys and get into the sniping tutorials. So guys, let's get into it. Let's have a look at some of the useful equipment and the different equipment you can use as a sniper and what is useful for you. So I tend to rock the CS LR4 sniper rifle. That's my favourite rifle. It might not be yours, but it's what I'm comfortable with. So if we look at the accessories and everything like that, so you've got the optic. I tend to use for long range sniping, obviously the ballistic one, which is 40 times zoom. You can pick people off at greater distances, it's a fantastic bit to use. Other people tend to use these ones for close quarters. So if you're running at guys and you're in a bit of a gunfight, you can use that and snipe people off quite close. So there's those. So there's different things accessory wise. Now I tend to have the variable zoom on if I'm doing long range sniping, which means as opposed to having 40% zoom on all the time, I can flick it so it goes to 14% zoom. So if there's somebody closer and I don't need that extreme close up, I can just use that. But for the purposes of today, I'm going to show you the rangefinder and what that does and how it attaches to your weapon. So let's just flick that on. And there's also this, it's the auxiliary. So you've got the straight pull and you've got the bipod. And the bipod is useful if you're sat in one place all the time. Now, as you know, you have to, the classic sniper breathe-in technique where you hold the left thumbstick down and it'll breathe in for a certain amount of time instead of the aim. Now, if you have the bipod on, you don't need to do that. But if you're on a single bolt rifle, every time you take a shot, you have to come out of the zoom mode for them to pull it, for it to reload, and then you go back into the zoom, you might lose your guy. Now, I use the straight pull, which means I have to use the breathing technique, but it means every time I take a shot, it straight pulls it, I can stay zoomed in, and I can keep track of the target, so if he's running off, or if he's moving a little bit, I can see exactly where he's gone. So those are the two decent pieces of equipment that you can use, and I recommend you find the one that you're the most comfiest with. Now, another piece of equipment that I tend to use, like I say, I don't use the rangefinder, that is because I have this gadget attached, and that is the PLD. It's the Portable Laser Designator, and it helps you pick out targets. It's usually for the purpose of helping helicopters and fighter jets and tanks, etc. sort of find targets because you're spotting them up for them. But I use it for finding range, and I'll show you how I do that in a minute. And also we have got the field upgrades. So I obviously use the sniper one, which helps me hold my breath longer, decreases the amount of time I'm spotted, and it increases the amount of time I spot somebody else. So guys, we're now on the test range, so let's have a look at those different bits of equipment. So as you can see attached to the left hand side of the sniper rifle near the end of the barrel, you've got the rangefinder. So what it does is you can see that number flicking up and down, so wherever the crosshairs is aimed, it's showing you the distance between you and whatever you're aimed at. So if we look down there, it'll go to a 1 because that wooden fence is 1 metre away. So if you look down range, it also shows you as well, so it's great. So you've got on there on the right hand side range, so you've got that at 150 metres over there, and these guys over here at 68 metres. Also it shows you the zeroing distance. Now the zeroing distance is the amount of range you can target away from. So the 0 one tends to be sort of 0 to 150 metres accurately. Then you've got your 200, 300, 400, 500, and then your extreme 1000 metres. So that's the rangefinder on there. Now I don't tend to use that myself, like I explained. That is because I use this PLD. Because if I'm a long way away and there's nobody around, there's no point having that on, and it means I can look with this. So if you see the range on there, you can see it yourself: 100 meters, 39 meters, etc., 150 odd meters. So I find that a lot more satisfying too. So as you can see, all the tanks and everything, they light up bright colours. Now the enemies usually do, but the cardboard cutouts on the test range don't. So you'll just have to trust me on that one. Right guys, so let's talk about bullet drop and what that is. Last week I had a question from a guy called Corporal Dwayne Hicks. He says, dude, nice video but confused. Most shots were aiming at the torso then hitting the guy in the head at some distance. Nevertheless, great video. First of all, thank you very much for your question and your comment sort of thing. I said I would explain it this week, but yeah, this is bullet drop. So as I showed you before, you've got the rangefinder. So these guys, this guy's 100 meters away, and I've showed you the zeroing distance. So if I've got it set to 0, like I said, between 0 and 150 meters, it's very accurate. So let's aim at the guy's head there. Bosh, straight to the middle of his head. These guys here, same again, 60 odd meters away, straight to the middle of his head, straight to the middle of his head. Easy peasy. So let's go a bit further back. This guy is 150 meters away. Now what you'll see is if I aim for his head, right in the middle there, in the target, right in the middle, it'll drop and hit him in the torso. So there you go, bosh, that hit him in the torso. That is because the bullet is getting less accurate the further it goes away, because the bullet is dropping. Same again, this guy, if you aim right in the middle of his head, it hits him in the torso. It's about compensating. So if this guy's 150 meters away, you can either set it to 200 meters and aim a little bit further down and the bullet will go up, or you can aim above his head like this. So I'm aiming just above his head, the bullet will drop and hit him in the head / the neck area. Again, let's show you again these guys over here. I've got it set to 200 meters. I can aim a little bit further down because the bullet's going to go in a further straight line. But aim at his neck sort of area, shoot, and it hits him in the head. Same again, because he's only 150 meters away. If I aim at his head very accurately, let's say a little bit above where it's right in between the eyes, but I've got it set to 200 meters and he's 150 meters away, it'll miss like that. Same again, if I set it to 300 like that, if I aim down, let's say we aim in the middle of his chest, it hits him in the head because the bullet wants to go 300 meters and that guy's only half the distance away. So that is bullet drop. Now let's show you a clip from a game I was playing at long range distances. Between the 500 and 1000 meter mark, you have to very, very, very carefully judge the distance and compensate for that bullet drop. So let's get into that now. So let's now look at my new longest headshot record as a fantastic example of bullet drop. As you can see, I'm aiming well above this guy's head as he's over 1000 meters away, and as I explained earlier in the video, the zeroing distance on any sniper rifle has a maximum of 1000 meters, and this guy is 1273.5 meters away. Now let's see that again in slow motion. So basically, I've frozen the clip just before I'm about to take the shot to demonstrate why I'm aiming so high above the target. So when you look down the 40x zoom ballistic scope, it gives you a gauge on how to judge the bullet drop. And as you can see, I've highlighted the different notches on the scope. Now each larger notch is a distance of 100 meters and each smaller notch is a distance of 50 meters. So as you can see, I'm using the third notch down as the crosshair instead of the actual crosshairs to accurately pick off the target due to them being roughly 1300 meters away, thus compensating for the bullet drop, and I'll still allowing me to hit my target with extreme precision and accuracy. Well guys, that is it for today. I hope you have all enjoyed the episode, and I hope some of those tutorials are going to help you along your way. If you have enjoyed the episode, be sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to me to keep up to date with all my content. If you've got any questions about the series, I'm more than happy to answer them, either in the response or in the next episode as a tutorial again. But for now guys, I've been your boy JorgeCamposGaming. This has been Headhunter episode 2. Signing off. I'll catch you next time. Thank you very much. Bye bye.